This is pack number 7 of Pack a Day with Bloomburrow. Let's crack into it. All right, we're going to start by taking out the trash. For 2 at instant speed, deal 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker, and if you control a raccoon, you can drop a card to draw a new card. Life Creed Duo is your bat bird, 1/2 with flying for 2. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. Ravine Raider, 1/1 with menace for 1, and you can pay 1 and a black to give it +1/+1 until the end of the turn, and you can do that as many times as you'd like on a turn as long as you can afford it. Longstalk Brawl at sorcery speed for 1 green, you choose a target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you promise a gift to your opponent in the form of a tapped fish token, you can put a +1/+1 counter on the creature that you chose that you control, and whether or not that happens, both of those chosen creatures will fight one another. Finch Formation, a 2/2 for 3, and you can make an offspring if you pay an additional 3. You get a flying creature, and when it enters, target creature you control gains flying until the end of the turn. Yet another bird that does not help other birds. Crumb and Get It. At instant speed for 1 white mana, you have the option to gift a food. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. If you promise the gift, that creature also gains indestructible until the end of the turn. Light Shell Duo. I don't think we've gotten this duo yet. So for 4 mana, you get a 3/4 Rat Otter. It has prowess, and when it enters, you surveil 2. Pretty solid. Feed the Cycle. Let's see. Yeah, this is our first uncommon. Feed the Cycle for 2 at instant speed, and with an additional cost, you either pay an additional black or you forage. Then you get to destroy a creature or a planeswalker. Hoarder's Overflow. For 2, you get an enchantment whenever this enters, and whenever you expend 4, put a stash counter on it. Pay 1 and red, sacrifice this, discard your whole hand, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of stash counters on this thing. Daring Wave Rider. I don't think we've seen this one yet. It's 6 mana for an Otter Wizard that's 4/4. When it enters, you can cast a target instant or sorcery card with a mana value of 4 or less from your graveyard without paying for it. If it would be put into your graveyard, then you exile it. The Heirloom Epic. For 1 mana, you get an artifact. Then you can pay 4 mana and tap this to draw a card. But for each mana in this ability's activation cost, you can tap an untapped creature you control instead of paying for it. You can only do this at sorcery speed, but you get to convoke a card into your hand with this thing. Here's our rare. It's Sunspine Lynx. Nice. A 5/4 for 4. It's an elemental cat. It prevents all players from gaining life. It prevents any damage from being prevented. And when it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. I bet this thing is a menace in formats like EDH, at least under certain circumstances. I like this card. I think it's very playable. Obviously, it's not a super bomb. I know I drafted this on Arena in one of my Bloomburrow drafts, and I found it to be, a good value creature, but you almost never hit the non-basic land damage, and if you do, it's like a ping. You can prevent life, but I don't think I played with it in any games where that mattered. Same thing with damage prevention. So it ended up just being a good body at a good cost. But yeah, I can see this showing up in. It's probably a little weak for certain constructed environments, but in EDH, stopping life gain, keeping your damage from being prevented, and blowing up people that have a lot of non-basic lands feels like a decent amount of value. All right, our foil is an island. Ooh, it's pretty. Gosh, I love these full art lands, and I think that the seasonal landscapes that they did with the set is such a great idea. All right, we got an uncommon for our non-land foil. Well, I guess usually the lands can be foil. So this counts as the land slot, I guess, and this is the foil slot. That's cool. Teapot Slinger costs 4. It's a 3/4 with menace. Whenever you expend 4, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Really solid, good value for cost red creature. And our token is a bat. It's just a generic 1/1 bat, but you love to see it. All right, that was a pretty quick one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a cool rare and 2 foils. Feeling pretty happy with the box so far, and looking forward to seeing what else we've got in store. See you guys in the next one.